So inflation is still wreaking havoc in American society. Let's talk about it.
Got to cut the millennials and Gen Z some slack because this isn't ordinary. They are moving the goalposts so quickly on the middle class because of the housing. Even that slide you just brought up, someone making $77,000 cannot qualify for a $400,000 home. That's the first time that's ever happened in the past 50 years. So they're being forced to rent. It's eating up 50% of their income. 50 plus.
Look at that right there. 1980 average home price was $47,000 with a median household income of $22,000. Fast forward to this year, 2024, average home price, $420,000. Median household income, only $77,000. Let's look at a percentage increase between the two and see the difference. With an increase of $22,000 to $77,000 in median income from 1980 to 2024, that is roughly a 250% increase. Now, if we compare that to the average home price from 1980 to 2024, the average home price has increased 800%. Yes, 800%. This is why it is so incredibly difficult to purchase a home now versus 40 years ago.
Up 50% of their income.
50+% say we're in a recession. 58% say the economy is getting worse. It's not. By all objective measures, it's getting better. People keep feeling worse. Why is that?
I think it depends on the age, because I think we're kind of living in two separate economies, if you will. Because if you're somebody who's over 60 years old, if you have a $400,000 home and you have just property taxes and homeowner insurance for $600 a month, that is significantly better than a millennial or Gen Z spending $2,500 for rent or $3,600 for a mortgage. So I think people under 40 are really feeling the stress about the economy, saying it's not good because housing's up, college is up, daycare is through the roof. But I think people over 60 who sit back and go, my 401k is looking good, my house went up 40%, the economy's doing well, groceries are high, but we can deal. So I think it just depends on the age, because the millennials and Gen Zs are the ones really struggling.
Now that is spot on. As I've said in plenty of my videos, right now is a very tough time for the new generation to get started. Millennials, and more even specifically Gen Zers, are having the hardest time right now because how expensive it is to start life. I mean, it's always been difficult getting started in life. It is. Like, everyone starts off broke unless you have rich parents, and you just gotta kind of figure out your way. But now there's an added little bonus here for everyone, and that is because everything is so expensive. Over the past few years, inflation has been on the rise and everything continues to get more expensive. And it just doesn't look like it's going to end. Now, with that, I have a very exciting announcement I want to share with you guys. This is something that's brand new. I just did this today. And what it is I'm starting a brand new community called the Money Mastermind. And guess what? It is completely free. Completely free. Now, since I've been more consistent with uploading my content, a lot more people have been reaching out to me lately, asking about questions on what they can do in their financial situations, whether that be budgeting, getting ahead, investing, pretty much anything, all things money related. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a community for like-minded individuals who want to reach that ultimate goal that we all have with money. True financial freedom. So I started this free community to do just that. The Money Mastermind. It is a free Discord where there are different channels and different conversations going on for anything money related. Want help with the budget? You can talk to others in the budgeting channel. Want help with investing? You can see what other people are investing or doing with their money inside this community. If you guys want to sign up and be a part of the Money Mastermind, there is a link down below in the description. Again, 100% free. Sign up, join in on the conversation, and I'll see you guys in there. Now this one's a hoot, guys. A trip to McDonald's in 1990. They ordered all of this food and it cost them $10.84. What do you think it cost them nowadays? Pretty crazy.
Big Mac, fillet of fish, large fry. Chicken McNugget.
Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
Do you want orange soda? Orange soda.
Okay, you want sauce for the nuggets?
Ketchup.
Ketchup? Okay.
And I'll have a hamburger, small fry, and a Diet Coke.
What size Diet Coke will it be? Anything for dessert?
$32.21. Over a 300% increase. Again, this is just 30 years ago. Wow. And this is McDonald's. McDonald's, 300% increase in prices over 30 years. When is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? Or is this our new normal? And it'll just continue to go higher from here. And 30 years from now, I'll be watching a video from someone ordering in 2024 and be like, oh wow, that trip only cost them $30. Now it costs us $150. I don't know. It's scary. Scary times. Talk about scary times. I'm sure you guys have seen this one. This one's been blowing up everywhere. When I saw this for the first time, my jaw hit the floor. Watch this.
Be sick. I just looked through my Walmart history, and I found this Walmart order from 2 years ago for the whole month worth of groceries. 45 items cost $126. A whole month of groceries just for me, basically. But I did notice this reorder all button, and I wanted to see how much it would cost now. Now, this order of 45 items for 1 month would have cost $414. That is 4 times more. How the fuck? How? What?
This is why. This guy explains it great. This is how your groceries are 4 times more expensive in just 2 years. This is why.
Prices are so damn high when you go to the store is greedflation. Indiana, give me 90 seconds and I'll explain greedflation. When underlying costs rise, corporations pass their business costs onto consumers. That causes inflation. But then when corporations use that inflation as an excuse to jack up their prices and their profits, that is greedflation. Let me give you an example. 2 companies control almost all of the US diaper market. Now, diaper prices have gone up 30% since 2019. The rise was mostly because of an increase in wood pulp, a major component of diapers. And wood pulp prices went up until January of 2023 when the prices for wood pulp dropped. But guess what didn't drop? Diaper prices. Even though the prices to make diapers went down, diapers didn't get any cheaper at the store. Instead, executives at both companies bragged about their increased profits. They flat out said on earnings calls that the decreased underlying cost to make the diapers is the major reason that their profits increased. So that makes you feel the pain of inflation while they feel the joy of increased profits. That is greedflation.
He said it perfect, guys. We've seen the prices increase due to what happened a few years ago, right? Like, we get it. Inflation happened. Money came into the economy. It is what it is. Inflation popped. Here's what's happening, though. Like he mentioned, a lot of these companies have increased their prices because of inflation, because of things are so expensive. When in fact, yes, they had to maybe increase prices, but since their costs have maybe pulled back, they have continued to increase prices on top of that to increase their their profit margin. Meaning, they're blaming it on inflation when actually they're saying, oh, well, everyone's already knows stuff's getting more expensive as it is. This is an easy excuse for us to raise our cost on our products and make the consumer have to pay more. So there's going to have to come a time where the consumer calls bullshit on that and just stops buying those products altogether. But the problem is a lot of these products consumers have to have. So what would be nice is if a Robinhood company came in and said, hey, we're going to make diapers for true cost and we'll have, the 20% margin, maybe nothing crazy. I don't know what margins look like on diaper companies, but let's say a 20% margin. And they come in and they undercut all the 2 remaining diaper companies there. That's capitalism. You can have somebody come in and you can, make a great product and cost less. So maybe that is what's going to happen to be able to bring prices to come back down to normal levels. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just a guy here on YouTube that talks about this. But that is what's going on right now, especially at our grocery stores. A lot of these companies could cut costs for consumers, but then that's cutting costs in their profits, which in return their shareholders are not going to be happy with. Ugh, that part's pretty shitty.
74% of Americans polled in swing states feel that inflation is moving in the wrong direction, even though prices have been rising at a slower rate since a peak in June 2022. Some people may struggle with a psychological phenomenon called money illusion.
People with money illusion, they don't take into account the level of inflation in an economy. So they wrongly believe that a dollar today is worth the same amount that it was the year prior. With inflation, it doesn't feel like you're ever getting ahead because everything is more expensive. So it can feel like you're on this hamster wheel.
People are every day experiencing these price increases and seeing them across all aspects of their life, and people are struggling because of it.
Meanwhile, some companies are keeping their sales prices high as the cost of production falls.
Guy, the consumer's getting screwed right now. We are. And that's when I'm like, when is something going to happen to where we do see prices start to fall back? And that's where the recession play comes in to the conversation. Like, we're going to have a deflationary time coming up some point. I mean, people are having a hard time making it right now. I mean, I have my 7 and 4-year-old paying me quarters now when they leave their light on. Like, I don't get it. Something about 7 and 4-year-olds just don't give a shit about turning their light off. After I've repeated myself 5 times, they have to start paying me in quarters. And it goes on Dad's desk in his office. They have to learn. Kids have to learn too. Like, shit's expensive. Like, you don't always get the toy every time we're in the store. You don't always get the fancy, meal at dinner. Like, there's times we got to pull back a little bit. It's just the times we're in. And I think a lot of Americans have to understand that. Like, we may not be able to live the same lifestyle you've lived the past few years. We have to make sacrifices and changes in order to be able to get through these tough times financially. And how long will that last? I don't know. I really don't. But the point I'm making here is we have to be able to live below our means, maybe rough it for a year or two to see what's going to happen with this economy and prices. But there comes a time in your life where you have to make a decision. Choose to continue to keep living how you're living, knowing that that's probably not the best decision for you? Or do you choose to put the brakes a little bit on your lifestyle, pull back your spending, get things under wrap, and start working towards financial freedom? Or at least just getting your house in order when it comes to money. It's up to you guys. No one's coming to save you. No one is going to get you out of the predicament that you're in financially. It is 100% up to you, and if you're married, your spouse. That's it.
So I'm at the bank, right? I notice everybody's receipts right there, so I'm like, let me see how America's doing. Felt like being nosy. Available balance, $400. Shit. Available balance, $173. Available balance, 57 cents. Damn, bro. America going through it, man. I mean, what would happen if, they get like a sickness in the family or some emergency? Shit, it's not easy to live out here in 2023 nowadays. Might as well go back to El Salvador or some shit, man, your country, to be honest.
57 cents in checking account, that's next level. Now, I don't keep much money in my checking account. I keep enough to just really pay my bills, and that's about it. But yeah, 50 cents in checking, holy shnikes, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to listen to everything this woman tells you and take it to heart, because what she is spitting here is straight facts.
Things rich people won't tell you, but I will. You will never get rich on salary alone. Inflation steals your wealth, so make sure you're investing. Buy assets, not liabilities. Never spend more than you make. Always pay yourself first. Compound interest is the ultimate key.
So true. 100% true. And I agree with everything she is saying, because that is what most Americans need to live by, but they don't. It doesn't happen. But this is the stuff, if you see this and you're like, I don't really understand what she's saying, that's what we're going to be talking about in the Money Mastermind community. Sign up for the free Discord, link down below in the description. I'll pin a comment as well.
I don't know who needed to hear this, but if all you got is financial issues right now, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself blessed.
Guys, that's so true. I mean, I sit here every day in my videos and I talk about money and investing and inflation and the economy and what's coming and is there a potential recession ahead of us. But she makes a great point. If money is the only thing we have to worry about, now don't get me wrong, life is better when you have your money in order. But when I saw that when I was going through these videos, that made me think, I'm like, yes, we could all be struggling with money right now, but if that's all we have to worry about, it could be much worse. You know, we could have cancer on top of it. We could be going through a child's sickness or whatever else could happen that is much worse than just money problems. That's why I cannot stress enough to you guys. If we get our money right, if we handle our money correctly, life is so much better. It is. When your finances are in order, your marriage is stronger, you have less stress, your life is more enjoyable because you can do more things without having to worry about the consequences of spending money. That's what I want to help you all with. I do. I want everyone to get to a point financially, and I want to reach as many people as I can to help everyone get on the right track. That's like my ultimate goal in life. Like if I know I can help a handful of people become better with money and become debt-free, start investing and planning for their future and their future children, my job here is done. Like it is. Like that's it. That's why I started this channel. Is because of that reason exactly. So join the Money Mastermind community, guys. I look forward to seeing you in there. There'll be other add-ons and stuff I do in the future, but for the Discord and the chats and all that I'll be in there on, is completely free. So look forward to seeing you guys in there. The Money Mastermind. Get down there. Get signed up for that free Discord. And let's hang out. Peace, guys.